Hello, welcome to your weekly Pick Your Crystal reading here at Soulprint. This is for the week of August 24th through the 30th. Alrighty. So, rose quartz, we're calling this pink. I'm calling this one green because it is. And this one we're going to call gray. I love the markings on this one, if you can see them. There's just a real sort of nice energy to that particular crystal for me. Okay, so take a moment, see which crystal or crystals you are drawn to. It might be one, two, or all three. And don't forget, if you are wanting a private reading, just go into the drop box below where the timestamps are, and you will see an email address, soulprint888@gmail.com. Just send me a quick note saying you want information, and I will send you back everything you need to know. All right, take a moment and let's get started. Nine of Swords, the World, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Alrighty. So, as you know, the Nine of Swords tends to be about anxiety, worry, not sleeping well, have a lot on your brain, you can't relax. But understand that a lot of it is, and it's certainly real. I'm not suggesting it isn't, but it is being amplified or magnified by your own worries and anxiety. So you've already got a difficult energy and you're focusing on it and it's becoming amplified. And listen, I I, along with every one of you, understands that sometimes there's a lot to be anxious about. But the reason they're starting with this card is to let you know that that cycle that you're in is coming to a close. And that means that you have a new beginning and a new start coming forward. Ten of Pentacles. This has to do with abundance. This has to do with prosperity. Very often it has to do with inheritances or family money or sudden unexpected gifts, that kind of thing. And the Ace of Swords is literally telling you that you will triumph over adversity. You have an inner strength and a mental clarity that, even though you may not feel it right now, you will have it as things move forward and you need it. So this is in a lot of ways, this really is like a good news card spread because it's saying, yeah, you know what, things are really difficult right now. It's going to get better. Hang in there because you are going to triumph in this situation. It may be that you get an unexpected gift. It might have something to do with increased abundance or increased income. It might have to do with coming up with some new idea or a revision of some sort of cottage industry, so sort of some money, side money that's coming to you. But whatever this is, they're saying, don't give up because you're moving in exactly the right direction. And even though I got to say it's making you like a little crazy, this too shall pass. And when it passes, you're going to be moving forward in a much more positive, powerful, and abundant way. Okay. And let's look at this green. Okay, Four Pentacles, the Sun, the Nine of Cups, and the High Priestess. Good heavens. Okay. Very often, the Four of Pentacles tends to represent somebody who is holding on too tightly to their money or being overly cautious. There's a fear of loss, um, hyper focused on the material. And you know what? Listen, when the material is an issue, it's hard not to be sort of hyper focused on it. But this is pointing out that, sometimes when you hang on too tightly to what you don't have any room for anything new to flow into your life because your hands are already full holding on to what you have, even though in some cases it's not necessarily working for you, but it's sort of, you're comfortable with it. The Sun. I mean, this is the ultimate card of happiness and success and going forward, but it is also a card of illumination, of clarity, of seeing things in the light. All right. And so what this is talking about is they're asking you to see clearly where this anxiety connected to assets, possessions is stemming from, because that is creating the block that is impacting your Nine of Cups. This is impacting how you receive and attract abundance. And I've said this before, and I'll say it 100 times again. My definition of manifestation, which is what the Nine of Cups card is about, is confident expectation. All right. You don't need to, badger the point and stress about it and repeat it 100,000 times. You need to make a request, make a statement. Don't justify it, don't analyze it, and then be in a receptive state of confident expectation. That's how you manifest. The High Priestess is here reminding you that you have a great deal of power and you are strong. But the High Priestess also is about secrets or things that are, not in the full light. So even though the High Priestess is incredibly intuitive, she's asking you to figure out where this fear and anxiety comes from when it comes to wealth, assets, etc. Because it's time to sort of, open the door, open the curtains, let some light in so that you can see this behavior or this situation. And again, I'm not suggesting for 1 second it's not valid. I'm sure it is. But in order to move from a place that we're at, we have to be able to view things, objectively, and be prepared a little bit to let go of something so that you have um you have space available to draw it towards you. Nine of Cups, one of my favorite cards because it's all about manifesting. It's about your ability to manifest the life that you envision. Using your intuition, using that sort of quiet, utilize that strength and wisdom, etc., to heal whatever this is. It could simply be something as simple as, and it's not that simple, but as simple as a previous bad or difficult situation, and you become very, very cautious so that that situation doesn't repeat itself. The problem is when you stay in that previous energy, particularly when you stay in it out of fear, you create blocks that no amount of manifestation, no amount of sunlight is going to clear. You need to understand it so that you can let it go and then open your hands up to new beginnings and new offerings. And look at the gray, shall we? Here we go. King of Swords, Three of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Wands. Okay. So as we know, swords can very often have to do with power, conflict, the law. It's about your ambition. Sometimes it's about government. Sometimes it's about, somebody in uniform. It's an air energy. Now, the king is somebody very often in uniform, connected to the law, to government. Could also, though, be somebody who had a very, I want to say almost like strong and forceful, sort of no nonsense kind of personality. Somebody who very much felt that um, they were in control, they held all the power. Three of Swords. Three of Swords, I mean, it's about a sad heart. It can be about quarreling. It can be about um separation. It can be about things not working out the way you wanted, particularly if this situation is in any way at all connected to a relationship or an expectation. So this may not be a romance. This could be a business plan. This could be a friendship. There's all, that kind of energy is around there, but there's definitely an energy of sort of just conflict. And you're hurt. Bottom line, you're disappointed, you're hurt because things didn't turn out the way you sort of anticipated or expected that they would. Now, here comes the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is saying sometimes rejection is protection because as the Wheel of Fortune, I am bringing you new fortune, new good luck. We are moving past whatever these two cards represent, whatever hurt or anxiety or difficult situation, you're moving past that because the Wheel of Fortune is coming forward and it's bringing you, I almost want to say like a new start, a new beginning. And you've got the Three of Wands here. And so we're looking at the completion of first step in a new path forward. We are looking at looking forward. Sometimes this is about sort of waiting for that ship to come in. Um, but it's an energy of progress, of moving forward, of not staying in a space or place where there is hurt and heartache and disappointment. Release this so you can welcome with open arms the good fortune coming your way. And you can then enjoy the progress and the forward movement that is a result of this almost like a new beginning. Stand strong and confident and know that a disappointment does not define you or the rest of your life. And thank you so very, very much for being here. I really do appreciate your support. I love the comments, and I'm glad that you're finding these readings helpful. Alrighty, I look forward to seeing you next week. Enjoy the week ahead. Bye for now.